up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the table where everybody eat. If it's your first time to the channel, hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on plays like this. Rezolve AI, ticker symbol RZLV. Now, if you've been rocking with us over here at the table for a while, or you got me on X, this move right here we got today on Rezolve shouldn't surprise you. And by the way, hit that like button for you, boy. And I'm going to thank you guys again for the likes and thank you guys for getting me to 500 subscribers this week. I appreciate y'all so much. But this video right here, again, should get 1,000,000 likes because the levels have been on point, as you see on the chart right here with Rezolve AI. Speaking of the levels being on point, put a number 3 or put a bullseye, or you could put everybody eat in the comment if you've been rocking with us over here and you made money on this stock today. So Resolve AI closed at $2.78, and I think it was up as much as like 33 or maybe 36% on the day. And this came after Resolve AI announced yesterday that it will be added to the Russell 2000 and the Russell 3000 indices following the annual reconstitution by the Russell, effective on June 27, 2025, which I believe is what, Thursday or maybe Friday. And the inclusion comes after a breakout year for Resolve AI, in which the company reached $70 million in annual recurring revenue in under 2 quarters, months ahead of the forecast, and is now on track to surpass 100 million annual recurring revenue by the year end, which all of those things isn't nothing new to us. Again, if you've been rocking with us over here at the table where everybody eat, because we've been new about Resolve AI having some form of partnerships with Microsoft and Google, along with a few other Mag 7 names. I'm not going to mention them because I'm assuming that these deals we've been heard of was possibly rumored or in the works. Well, now we just found out from what I just read to you guys that those partnerships or those deals have officially been secured, bringing me to the fact that their annual recurring revenue has been doing numbers, which is the reason we got this spike the last time, I believe, on what day was this? June 12th of last week, going as high as I would think like $2.38 or 2.36, if I'm not mistaken. So that news right there for us as Resolve shareholders isn't a surprise. Now, as you see, the levels on here have been the same since the prior video and the levels I posted over in the Discord, which the link will be below in the description for my Discord and for X, where you will be in the know of what's going on, what's going through my head, what I'm looking at, the levels, etc., before I'm able to get these videos out to you guys over on YouTube. Like yesterday, we was focused on Circle to the downside, and as you can see right here, we got the general chat section as well as option plays and so on. I mean, you guys get the picture. Link will be below in the description for the Discord as well as my Twitter or X, which is what a lot of you guys call it. And again, you can get all the levels before I'm able to get these videos out to you guys. And while I'm here, I want to thank you guys again for getting your boy to 500,000 subscribers. I wish it was 500,000. That's on the way. So if you aren't subscribed and this video brought you to the channel, do your boy a favor. Once again, I'm not going to beg. I'm just going to ask you guys to hit that subscribe button. Now let's get back to the levels on Resolve AI so we could get out of here and get back to this money. Here we are on the 4-hour chart. And like I said in prior videos, this area here was basically my fair value gap in this whole area right here. It's not an actual fair value gap. It's something I call a fair value gap. And it's a level that I look to accumulate or look for shares to consolidate possibly before we get a break above to the upside. And then as you see here, this was the gap up the day after BBAI run. Not recently. This is from months back when BBAI first had a nice pop and a nice run. So what I'm looking at right now on the 4-hour chart, we touched this area right here to the T of $2.85. I believe the high was $2.86, but we went right to this level. We held over that $2.57 area. Matter of fact, let's slide down to a smaller time frame so we could really look at this chart in depth, which brings me to the 1-hour chart. And you see we had this nice hold of the $1.90 area ever since my prior video that I made. Actually, not even prior video. We could go back into February or March videos and remember this level here was critical. And as you see, we came and tested this 190 on June 2nd, or in this week, basically. And then we also came and tested it again last week around June 11th. Then we tested it just recently one more time yesterday before we got this nice pop, came back down to slightly fill that little gap. And then after that, when market opened, Bye-yow, it was gone and off to the races. Now, the reason we came down to the lower time frame is because of this area right about here. This $2.57 area held, I mean, magnificently or magnifico or just superbly. Man, I'm just so hyped today because we made so much money in the Discord from Archer Aviation to Rezolve AI to QSI. The list could go on, man, at the end of the day. But I'm gonna go ahead and focus on ticker symbol RZLV. Maybe calm my butt down. I'm lying. I ain't calming nothing down. So as you see right now, what I'm looking for, what I expect to see is if we don't fill this gap area right here back down to that's real low to that 204 and that's 211. We got that nice 215, that's 217. If we don't fill that area, I don't really see that possibly happening, to be honest, with the momentum we got on Rezolve at this moment and the momentum we have in the overall market right now, especially with the news that I just mentioned about them knocking it out the park in regards to the revenue that they're bringing in and being added to the Russell. That is all a good sign. So what I would like to see is a hold of this $2.57 area for surely, but then possibly a hold of this BBAI area consolidation or next accumulation zone, which I may end up calling at this now, above this 262. We got overhead resistance for sure that we know already right here at that 286. But I think once we surpass that and get to 294, and then let me look at something real quick, 297, and get to that psychological level of $3 basically, our next overhead resistance will be $3.10, in my opinion. So that's what I'm looking at and what I'm expecting on Resolve. I'm not saying this thing is going to definitely continue to go higher, but this nice pop and retest we got on the 1 hour, 1, 2, 3, and then we closed right here on that 262, held the 262, and continued to go higher. And right here on this close, we held that area right there, which also coincides with these two wicks. This does look like it has potential to continue on. Now, going over to Webull and looking at the moving averages like we do without any levels, let's close out and see what we're really working with for tomorrow and the days or weeks to come. Jumping over to Webull, man, this thing is beautiful off rip. See, I was over on TradingView most of the day looking at all my charts because those are my charts where I have all my little fair value zones and my royalty zones and all that other good stuff. But this thing is gorgeous. Once again, with that nice hold right here on the 4 hour chart of that 258, basically 257. I don't know why it's 258 over here. And then that rejection of 285, supposed to be 286. Don't know why it's over that over here neither. Either way, that's neither here nor there, but it's definitely looking pretty good. Now let's move to drawings because we're not worried about the drawings. We're only worried about the moving average. All right, drawings going. Moving averages right now look like we could get a breather. Only reason I say that is because the 20 right here is testing the 200, but the momentum that this thing has, the 20 could get through the 200, and then we could see the 72 come test the 200 and give us our chance or our sign to see that we could possibly get a little dip to come back in. However, before I try to predict, let me zoom out and go to the daily chart real quick. So on the daily chart, I do like how the moving averages look. If we look right here from the beginning of this, oh, so we've been riding the 72 for a long time. And I like that. I like that. So we held the 72 right here again, held it again, held it again. And now if we zoom in a little bit, we got the MACD going positive. We got the 9 leading away, which it should, and the 20 following behind it, curling up, and then the 72 curling up. Overhead resistance right now off rip will be 318, 319 if we go off the daily chart with that 200 moving average. So keep that in mind. Going back to the 4 hour though, so we can go ahead and close this thing up. 4 hour, I mentioned that already. I don't know why I went back there. 1 hour, it's holding the 9 right now, but a retest of that 232. I mean, that'll be an optimal entry if you ain't get in there. You know what I'm saying? Then we got these 2 weeks right here around that 238, 237 area. So, but this 250 on that, nope, that may not even happen because the last time it tested that, I don't know when. So I don't even really want to go down on lower time frames with this big pop we had. Because if I was to read this, I would think that we would get a little breather and exhaustion dealing with the MACD curling down and things being a little extended. However, with the momentum that this stock has, like I said, when we were on TradingView, I'm not going to try to predict what it's going to do. What we do over here at the table, we react instead of predicting. So that's what I got for you guys right now on ticker symbol RZLV. Thank you guys for watching this video. Much love. We out.